La BNB, Halle, B, Halle, La BNB, Halle.
Yeah, what Beyonce? Oh, baby, make it rain. Or something that she said. No. But how are you doing, my beautiful babies? Welcome to another segment of Wilding with Tess and them, sweethearts. We're about to hop into the topic of motherhood this week, baby, because yes, I need to talk about a lot of things that I experienced on my journey of motherhood, and I know that there are a lot of females who are new mothers, and old mothers, of course, and some of y'all ain't got no village, and y'all don't have nobody to turn to, and y'all don't have nobody to understand the pains and the sorrows of motherhood. But also, there is some upsides, like joy, happiness, all the good memories that you could be with your kids and whatever, all of that. So we're finna to break down. I guess I'm gonna do it in like subcategories so that I can relay a strong message in everything that I face, so that y'all can know each emotion, struggle, benefit, whatever. So yeah, let's get into this topic. Ow, baby. Yes. And yes, this is my real hair. This is my afro, and it is really hot. Plus, this light is not helping. But anyway, back to what I was saying though. The subjects of motherhood in subcategories is how we about to break it down. So I want to start at the beginning of my journey because I'm 37 and I have 6 beautiful babies, and they're all about grown now. My oldest is 19. She will be 20 years old in just a few short months. So like 5 months to be exact. So baby, yes, time is pressing and it ain't slowed down for me not one bit. So I want to open up about motherhood, and we're gonna start from the beginning. I don't know if many of you probably not heard of that my other podcast, which is What Did Tess Say, where I did talk a little bit about my journey of motherhood and the things that I went through with the kids' dad on that. So if you want to go to that podcast and listen to those episodes, I broke down mental health issues and the signs of what it was, and I gave y'all some deep, understanding into what each one was and how some of them played probably a factor in my life and those around me. I mean, just go check it out. But anyway, I know I be getting off subject a lot. I love to do that, but I can't help it because, man, the thoughts be coming 1,000 miles per hour, so they always popped up in my head, so I had to. But anyway, yes, I'm finna start from the beginning, honey. Back to when, I was 14 when I got pregnant, and 15 when I had her, which is my firstborn. And yes, I was with my kids' dad for probably I don't even know, we had been together like a whole year yet before I got pregnant with him. And so let me go on and be honest with y'all, because I'm a very honest person, right? So I come from a somewhat broken home, honey. It just was not complete, and I ain't got to go into, details about that. That may come at a later time, but not today. So when I met my kid's dad or whatever, I freaking, what you want to call it? I latched onto him. And what I mean by that is like I just was up on him all the time. So I pressured that man to my first baby. I only asked for one. I did. I asked for that firstborn. I asked for my first baby. And I got my baby. Man, but to my surprise, I didn't know what really came with motherhood. But I had been around babies all of my life because we all had kids in my family at young ages. and I was babysitting at a young age, so I'm used to babies, right? I'm used to that. So like I thought that I wanted that for myself because this is what I'm around all the time anyway. And it didn't seem like it was much, or it didn't seem like it was that bad. It actually did not. So yes, so I pressured the man into the firstborn, and I got my baby or whatever. So it was all good or whatever. But I went through like postpartum depression with her because I ain't understand nothing that was going on. Not to mention, I'm a freaking Gemini. Shoot, we have several different emotions going on at one time, so that did not help. After the fact, after I had my baby and went to postpartum depression, boy, like just made my moods swings happen a lot. And there were sleepless nights, there were a bunch of crying nights and a bunch of crying days, and I wasn't crying because motherhood was hard at that moment. I wasn't crying about that, man. It was just a bunch of different emotions, and my hormones raging and stuff, and like, so I just got all this stuff going on inside of me, and it's new to me. So I'm not understanding this, right? So I don't know. I guess it made me not such a likable person to be around, especially for people who ain't got patience or no understanding or no true wisdom. Anyway, so yes, with the first baby or whatever, it was. I was in high school still, but school didn't even really. At that time, I wasn't caring about school. I was over it, but like it wasn't like I went flunking out of nothing like that. Shoot, one day school is boring. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't never cared about school. Once I learned the basics that I needed to learn, I started learning other things on my own. So I didn't really care about some of the things that school was offering to teach us, especially by the time high school came. So yeah, therefore I pressured myself into early motherhood, at the age of 15 when I had her. And so I carried that emotion with me for a couple of months, and then she wasn't even 1 year old by the time I got pregnant with my second born. Okay, with the second born came the problems that I talked about in my earlier podcast with the test. Is my son, he came out with a heart defect, so he was hospitalized and he had several open heart surgeries. He had a whole bunch of heart casts done, and we had a whole bunch of overnight stays at the hospital, and months in and months out, weeks in, weeks out, like, and the stress of that, I don't really want to break down crying in front of this camera because I'm very sensitive about the journey that we have been on together, me and my kids. But so my firstborn, she just like probably 10 months. I want to say she was 10, 11 months. No, sorry, she was 9 or 10 months when I had the second born. So I'm having to leave her behind a lot to go be by my newborn bedside. And that was another emotional toll that was taken on me because like I didn't want to leave my baby. And I can't explain. It's just something about mothers, and detaching from their kids is hard to do. It's really hard to do for the real mothers. So my journey started getting difficult in motherhood once the second born came, and we was in them hospitals a lot and in front of doctors' faces a lot, and I had to watch my baby holler and scream in pain and cry and be in fear, and I had to wait, I'm turning this off. I'm sorry, y'all. I was about to break down and see if I had to get off this camera right quick because I'm trying to tell this story because I really need people to hear it, because I see a lot of people going through it on TikTok, and they have their community, and I love it. So I'm trying to open up to mind you, I had my kids in 2005 and 2006. I'm sorry that I left that important information out. So yes, back in 2005, and I had my firstborn. 2006 I had my second born. So anyway, back to what I was saying about him and watching him go through all of them, different emotions or whatever. That is when I want to say that my spirituality came in and got the strongest with me, because my faith with God had to grow stronger so that I could be strong for my baby. And I had to hide my fear from him, because kids can feel everything, especially their mother. They feel all of our raw emotions. They literally sit right up under your heart. So it's like a piece of your heart come out with them. So they know what you go through. They feel it. So I had to be super strong for my baby, who was a newborn. He was just a week old. We had to wait till he get a week old. I'm gonna have to talk a little bit more about that, because I'm leaving out a whole bunch of key points, because I'm trying to, just jump through the whole hoop of, how I'm getting to this subject and how we're about to go on with it. You guys, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. My voice might be a little shaky here and there. I might even get a little confused if you get what I'm saying, because I'm trying to block the emotion while telling the story in the most authentic way. So just bear with me. This might be a little longer segment than I usually put out today. And I will be touching up on motherhood all week. So basically, I'm trying to get into the habit of putting up a video every day. But bear with me and pray for me. Anyway, as I was saying, watching my baby had to go through all of that was not an easy thing to do, and I'm so young. I'm now 17 at this moment, or about to turn 17, or however it was. Listen, I was young, you hear me? And my babies came back to back. I didn't even get to finish school, and no, I did not flunk out. I was passing all my classes, and I passed all the graduation exams and every single thing. But the fact that I had a firstborn and I got pregnant with my secondborn, by my senior year, I was pregnant with him already. And I already had the firstborn at home, so I was missing a lot of school. And so, they took my credits from me. But anyway, whatever. I always say a piece of paper don't make me who I am. Anyway, baby, y'all got me effed up. God created me. But anyway, it's good to have the little credentials, I guess. But at the end of the day, I am who I am, and a piece of paper ain't gonna make me nothing more or less. Period. But now back to the story, though. So yeah, so that's when the journey of motherhood started getting really tough for me, because my baby was hospitalized, and I stayed up there probably all the good of 2 weeks with him. In this house called the Ronald McDonald House, baby. And let me tell you, that was the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. I did not like it, because for one, I'm an empath, which I did not know at that time what the fuck an empath was. I did not know. I know now though, but I was feeling, everybody's sadness around me, and I got my own sadness, and it was just too much on my heart, and I just did not have it in me to wake up another day in that room and had to go in there and share that space with other families that's up there praying for a miracle for their kids as well. So yeah, I came home, and so basically we had to call in and check on him, every day. We called every day, every weekend or once a week or something like that. We would take a trip up there. And he was basically, from birth, he was basically hospitalized for 3.5 months before he was able to come home with me. So it wasn't too bad, but it was the hardest thing ever. But anyway, it was so hard, y'all. Being out there, witnessing his pain, seeing all the babies around us, because we're not in our own room. We're in a ICU unit where there are multiple babies in incubators in them. Some babies so little that they fit in the palm of your hand. Do y'all? This might literally, a baby would be this big in the palm of your hand, and I seen people in there trying to hold their babies like this, and it's so heartbreaking. To see. And I remember having a discussion with one of the nurses. I was like, How do y'all come to this job and do this and not break down? And baby, I'm telling you, I know God people when I see them, honey, because I'm telling you, the most spiritual people ever who are God's chosen, boy, they had the most powerful words for you, okay? And they're gonna say, God, get me through everything. You hear me? I loved it. Having them folks up there talking like that around me gave me the faith I needed. See, I'm gonna do this. Hold on. It's like they call Birmingham, which is where we had to take him. Birmingham, Alabama. They say that Birmingham, Alabama is the magic city. One of our own greats is from Birmingham, Alabama, Ricky Smiley. So I love it. I felt that out too, after, having to go up there a lot. I felt like Ricky Smiley was from there, and I was like, dang. So I don't know. I'm not saying that changed, the city and made it into something different from what I thought, but it felt a little bit better, just being there, having to be up there in that surrounding, in that location, in that area. But yes, anyway, the nurses, the faith that they had on them, the bravery, oh my goodness, they gave me the faith that I needed. My faith has always been big. I went to church up until I started getting fasting to you. But anyway, I went to church as a child every single time the church van came. I was committed to go. So my faith has always been big, but like I said, I found out exactly what it means to have faith when I had my second born. Well, actually my first born, I'm sorry, because I got baptized when I was pregnant with her. I remember our church mother, our sweet neighbor, she stayed up to hear from my grandma. She's so sweet. She used to call us up to here to give us candy and stuff. And also when we were super thirsty and we didn't want the hot ass well water, we would go out there and ask her for some cold water. She's so sweet. Lord, rest her soul. You know what I'm saying? I miss her. Rest in peace, Miss Ethel. But she would cry and ask me all the time, baby, when you gonna get baptized? When you gonna get yourself to the Lord? And I used to look at her and not say nothing. I'd be like, I didn't know what to say, because I know that we talk about God a lot, but I didn't know who He was until I had my second born baby. I'm sorry, until I had my first baby when I got pregnant. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to start believing in something. And I'm gonna have this child, so I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to do something. I need some strength. I need somebody to help hold me up and carry this baby. So I went and got baptized while I was carrying her. And our sweet church mother cried. I still remember it to this day. It's playing like a video in my head. I still see her face. I still see the way she stood up, tears coming out her eyes. I ain't seen nobody cry for me like that. She cried for me in a way that showed me what kind of love you could be missing. I miss her, but I know she's a light in another place, shining for us so that we can, probably meet her over there. I hope anyway, because I know I ain't been living right, and I gotta repent just like everybody else. And I pray God still open them heaven gates for me, child. But yes, baby. But my faith got strong and stronger with each child. Each pregnancy was different and each journey was crazy. But, by the time my third pregnancy came along, me and my kids' dad was a little bit older by then. So a lot more crazier things were happening inside of the relationship. So it really started getting unhealthy. And I went through the most fights and all types of crazy stuff with every last one of my last pregnancies. My I had 5 pregnancies, so I'm trying. I'm sorry, y'all. My last 3 pregnancies, man, I went through hell. I have a set of twins. I went through hell. It was not fun. I was so emotionally drained, spiritually drained. I didn't even want to be alive anymore. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. By the time I had my twins, which was the 5th pregnancy, and I was over my baby daddy by then, I was ready to go. I didn't even care about being with that sucker. I was just ready to go. I was just over it. So, yeah, I didn't even care about living. And I expressed that to a couple of people in my family or whatever. And, I got offered some help from my nieces and everything that had came up there with me for a couple of weeks after I had the twins. Cause baby, let me tell you, having twins ain't fun when you ain't got no real partner, baby. You hear me? But it's all good though, because I'm like, shoot, God, I know for a reason you gave me these 6 kids. And I had to endure that half of my life by myself. Because after I left that joker, he was MIA. I was the mama and the daddy. So yeah, motherhood for me, baby, is like a whiplash. Highs and lows, period. And everything have its highs and lows, its ups and downs, and regardless. But that was the path that I chose when I asked for that first one. So I guess I kind of opened up that gate for the rest of it. It was just my karma. You know what they say, be careful what you ask for. You might get it, but you might not want it when you get it. But I ain't saying that I don't want my babies. I just wish that I had a real partner. And somebody that I would still be with today with my 6 kids. But that ain't happened for me. That was not the divine plan. And so I don't even question God about it anymore. It used to hurt my feelings, only because of my baby that do have the heart condition. He used to be a daddy's baby, so he didn't understand the breakup, and he had troubles and problems with us being separated, and he didn't see his daddy as much, so he cried a lot for him. So when he cried, I cried. Anyway, baby, I would have to break this down into another subcategory and run this back again. So, yes. Anyway, with too much fighting in that relationship, and especially myself having that many kids together, I didn't want to stay in that relationship. And I know that abuse in relationship, domestic violence, that's a real thing. It is one of the main things that is headline in today's time. Females are still getting abused by these men. I don't stand for it, baby. I have been single ever since I left my kid's dad back in 2010. And they'll say, oh, you crazy. Oh, bitch, I'm not crazy. I had my play toys. Trust me, that was in and out here. But to do that house thing with a man again, I'm not doing that. So no, I ain't been in. No, I take it back. I did get in one relationship after him in 2011 and stayed with that nut for a year. Worst mistake of my life. He was like the last straw. I said, you know what? Nah, fuck that shit, man. I could be single by myself. Bitch, if I'm being unhappy and miserable, I'm do that by myself. So I ain't getting in no relationship no more after that. 2011. It's a long ass time ago. But no, so I remained single, and I threaded it out with the help of family here and there. And it's so emotional, especially the older your kids get and they get a little bit more understanding and stuff, start smelling themselves or whatever. Baby, it get a little emotional, it get a little intense, a little dramafied, but I'm sure it's not nothing that the average household who do have both partners in the house is dealing with anyway. So I'm not even mad that I have to deal with it by myself. It sucks like hell that food is missing out on a journey so beautiful is watching humans that you create grow up and become something. So I thank God for that. I really do. I know that no matter how many times I cry, how many times I want to give up, how many times I want to quit, how many times I feel sick to my stomach, I'm still thank God for them kids, and I'm still praise God, and I'm still praise my kids, and I'm gonna love on them, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do for them, because that's what mothers do. And so, no matter how bad this journey has been, I am very grateful for it. I can say that now because they are finally give me. But them kids made me, man. When I was with my kids, Dad, I was shy. I hardly talked to anybody. I really did come out the house. I ain't go around people. I did none of it. But once I left him, I had to raise them kids by myself. Man, I found my voice. I was facing things that I didn't think that I could face alone by myself. Like I was taking road trips with my kids by myself. That's a big ass thing to do for somebody who is very, very young with little small ass babies, and I did that. I used to travel with my babies. We used to go places and do all types of stuff. I did that as a single mother. Now I had to slow it down again because two of my kids, which is my firstborn and my third baby daughter, they were not living with us. One of them ended up with his mom, and one ended up with his great auntie for a while, and they kept them babies for a couple of years, and then I just got them back as soon as they started turning into like preteens and stuff. So yeah, so with 4 kids, I was able to find my voice, my strength, face fears, be bold, be a protector. Faith got bigger, and of course it did, because before I go anywhere with my kids, I always had to think about the odds of us not making it throughout that day. So I pray, and that is how my faith got stronger, because I was like, I got kids to worry about, and it ain't just about me no more. So I think I started giving a care about God when I had kids, and I realized I had something on earth that was precious, that I felt like I needed to protect with my soul, my heart, and all my upper strength. And I think that's when I got super closer to God. My faith got super magnificent. Like everything about Him made sense. I started getting a little bit more into the Bible. Listen, I do struggle. I'm not gonna lie, because some of them words, like, you don't understand it. You really don't understand. I don't even know if I be pronouncing any of them right. But I try though, and what I don't have an understanding of, I go seek it right from other spiritual leaders or pastors or influencers, or it's another app I call Bible Chat, where you can go ask questions, and an AI chat will try to give you the verse and write down in a way that you can understand it, which is awesome. I really love that, because I need stuff to be broken down, because I need to understand every single word, not just the sentence and the verse. So yes, motherhood, it have its ups and downs, baby, but would I trade this journey? No. No, I would not trade it at all, because like I said, it built my character and my personality and my strength, and made me who I am. And I love me. I love the babies, and the babies adore me, and that's the most blessed feeling that anybody could have. It's the most blessed feeling to have, love and respect from your kids. And so yeah, I thank God for that. No matter how hard I had to fight on this journey to attain this title, still feels like a woman, baby. But Alicia Keys said, "This girl is on fire." Baby, and I still feel like I'm on fire, and I have purpose here on earth, and so do my kids, and we finna fulfill it. I don't know when or how, but God told me. So I will be back on here with some more topics on motherhood this week, helping touch bases in areas. I'm about to go and actually ask group of people. What are they most struggles with in motherhood, so that I can come back and talk about that and see if we have any other same experiences with what y'all are struggling with. Because, like I said, everybody needs a village and everybody don't have one. So you need to know that there is somebody out there just like you who are going through things that they didn't understand at once upon, who are going to tell you that it is going to be okay. Hold your head up, sis. Okay? Hold your head up. You got this. Let's embark on this beautiful journey of motherhood this week on this podcast with Why Don't We Testing Them, baby. I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.